Well, it says we're live, so we must be live. What's up, everybody? Welcome on this glorious Wednesday. We're happy you're here with us. We have a great show today, from our dream HasLab projects to vehicle of the night, the G.I. Joe Vamp, and everyone's favorite sharks are back. So make sure you stay tuned because you definitely don't want to miss out on this show. Trust me. I don't know. Mr. Storm,
What's
welcome.
going on? What's
How are
happening,
you doing,
Mr.
brother?
Maddox? I can't complain, man. I'm doing all right. It's Wednesday. We're talking about toys like usual, so it can't be that bad, can it?
Nope. It was never that bad when you talk about toys because it makes your childhood come up, and whether or not you had a good or bad childhood,
It does.
everyone connected to a toy. So that's
Mhm.
why I'm always excited to get in here and talk with you on Wednesdays.
Oh yeah, man. And actually, we got some great stuff as you've seen in the lineup. Out of nowhere, they kind of just popped up on the Street Shark thing, and I was
Man,
like, wow,
like what is that? Like
I don't know.
Mattel, it's like Mattel is listening,
I guess so.
I think is what it is.
And the fact that they just dropped something like that too, it wasn't like there was a huge tease up to it or anything. It just came out of nowhere, and then they obviously got people to talk about this. So extremely wise on their hand, man.
Well, I could tell you that they probably have someone at Mattel sitting around going on Whatnot streams. You know what I mean?
I'm sure. Well, like I said again, well, we all know every member of the Shadow Nose Network has been on Whatnot in any possible way, and
Oh
I'm
yeah.
sure our Whatnot family has been seeing pop up on every little stream, our names and everything else. So we've been fully indoctrinated into the Whatnot app.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna take it by storm too. We have our Whatnot streams are gonna be unlike anything anyone else has seen. And if you don't believe me, you guys are more than welcome to not only subscribe to our channel, Shadow Nose Network, over on YouTube, because it is free for this month and next month. I'm paying for it, so you just got to subscribe. But also, if you check out the Chet and Alex channel, which is an affiliate at the bottom, you'll see the production quality that we have over on the Chet and Alex channel with live streaming and things like that is coming to Whatnot. And we're excited because we have looked at the Whatnot platform. We have studied it. We have some great friends in there, especially some of our friends over at the Junk Cartel. Mike and family are fantastic. The GPK crew, but we have decided that we are going to just level it up even more and make it more of a community thing. So really excited about that. But back to the story at hand. Street Sharks jumped out of the water out of nowhere.
Wow.
And Mattel took it. Some people were upset because you pre-ordered it and it doesn't ship till August. But if you're like me, you just have like little spare ones. So you just make them fight.
And the thing too is just like you're ordering now, you're waiting till August, and it's like it's not the same exact molds they've done 30 years ago. These are updated, although I think some of the facial features are still kind of the same, but the joints and everything. So they've added. It's not like this. Like, well, wait a minute, I'm waiting 30 years for them to just like the way Playmates does when they released the original Turtles. That's the same mold, same situation. You've not added anything to it, but Mattel actually has produced a what's up, Mike?
Mike, happy Wednesday.
They actually produced a little bit more articulation with it, and even some of the paint jobs. Like obviously, again, 30 years from then till now, they've learned a little something. So I was really surprised when they had popped that up out of nowhere, and I know tomorrow and Friday Mattel Creations is trying to take on the same thing that, NECA, Hasbro, a couple other companies do. They're going to do their version of the Mattel Creations live stream for 2 days, 2-day event that's online, so you don't have to actually get in your car and drive to El Segundo, California.
So
But
they are doing that?
they are doing it 2 days. For 2 days, Thursday and Friday, and they have different panels. They've got a Street Shark panel. They've got obviously Hot Wheels. They've got WWE, which I'm supposedly heard that they're gonna drop a CM Punk figure on there. So the WWE version, because he's had an AEW figure. So.
Yep, they have Monster High, Hot
Mhm.
Wheels.
Yeah.
Uno, apparently.
Yeah.
Motu.
I saw the Uno one where basically it's I think a Star Trek Uno deck.
I don't know.
So it's just like the same way Hasbro did the Monopoly sets. I guess they're just getting brand licensing with it.
Well, if Mattel needs help with new board games, Shadow Knows Network, we do have a company called Cardboard Monster Studios and have created multiple board games under that studio. So if you need licensing help, Mattel.
Well, definitely they could use some. They could use some kind of help, man.
Yeah, I mean, something. We talk about. Okay, so we talked a little bit, and I know we weren't going to necessarily get into this, but it has something to do kind of along the lines of like Hasbro, HasLab. So I'm really hoping that Mattel Creations doesn't have as boring of announcers is that stuff that I watched today on.
We can just say it too, because every other YouTuber that I've been on today has went off to the cast. No, not so much the same thing, because there's some guys that are getting extra kickbacks from Hasbro and everything else, so they're not going to be as truthful. But it's the same thing we said about the entire Hasbro presentations that they for GI Joe, the GI Joe panel, and. I'll say the same thing about the Transformers panel. Well, today they had a Star Wars fan stream, and I can tell you within all situations, that is not the crew that you have hawking your products.
No.
Get professional hosts to come in and just run it down, because you basically have it just seemed like I understand their employees. I understand maybe the Hasbro's always trying to save a buck, but it's like if you go and you have someone that's not a car salesman selling a car, it's not a wise idea.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing that I think is a little disheartening, and I'll just be honest, like the thing that's a little bit disheartening on this stuff is Hasbro and Mattel, these people, these companies have a prime opportunity to put the creators, the developers, the artists, right, the sculptors, whatever. They really have this opportunity. Okay, we'll just take the one that happened today with Star Wars. They had the opportunity there. You could have had the guy that did the sculpting in there to talk about it. You could have had somebody that's a little bit more pumped up to talk about why they did some off-brand characters. And I know it's because of the new Star Wars thing that dropped and whatever, but it's just when you watch it, and it's the same issue you and I were talking about with the GI Joe one. It's they only know what they're saying because they're reading a teleprompter. But how many people they have people working on these projects that are passionate about GI Joe, or they're passionate about something, but I just don't understand why we're not seeing them. Well, and so I don't know.
One of the main issues with that is that, look, not everybody's supposed to be on camera. Not everybody is, they might be great, funny behind the scenes. What's going on, Vincent?
Hey, Vincent.
Like I said, they might be funny behind the scenes, but I'll be quite honest with you. When you put somebody in front of the camera, it just sometimes they're just not entertaining. And that's why you go out and get professionals. Look, I know when DC Online did some stuff, they brought in Kevin Smith. The guy's good on camera. He's entertaining. He's extremely funny. He moves things along. He's supposed to be in front of you. Hasbro last year at one of their conventions online, they had Dan Larson from Secret Galaxy on, and he was fantastic. Put the people in there that are entertaining And maybe at the point you don't have like, somebody from your marketing team that's good writing an actual PR sheet speak on camera, because they just seemed completely, like, well, one, they seemed extremely nervous, and two is they just seemed very misinformed about the products, even though we know they worked on the product. So it's just that it's I've seen it with GI Joe, I've seen it with the Transformers live stream with Hasbro. Just get hosts to come in and let them do their jobs.
I mean,
These
look,
people are fine in PR and sculpting. Don't put them in front of the camera.
there are two people right now on this podcast they could hire.
Well, yeah, well,
You know what I'm saying?
well, we'll see.
And like, I don't know if you know this or not, but cameras fucking love me, so we can we could have like a really good thing going here, Hasbro. But yeah, I agree with you. Like, I just they need. Look, they could even have all the people they had today if they just had somebody that was passionate, like pushing the conversation.
Exactly.
They didn't even have anyone pushing the conversation. They like introduced a toy like, well, that was cool. Like, what the fuck is it's like?
Yeah, it just seemed like it was like completely staged in every possible way, but did not actually go as planned.
Yeah.
I think behind the scenes they thought they were going to be entertaining and everything, and then those cameras started rolling, and they were like, "Wow, like this is a little tough to do this in front of a bunch of
Yep. So not to take away from Mattel, but I'm just hoping that this creations thing has a little bit more passion there. We got some people popping up. Memory Market, how you doing?
There you
go. Memory Market, hi again. We're trying to catch up. Give me a second here. Mr. Vintage OG, welcome. Mike D in the comments, just hanging out, controlling the narrative happening over there. Thank you, Mike. Keep it up. Mike, I did, however, get a package from the Junk Cartel. So at some point in time, maybe halfway through this cast, I said I'm going to do it, so I am definitely going to chew on one of those pieces of bubble gum that I got.
God.
So we're going to get in there. And for those of you that are just stopping by, happy that you guys are here. Welcome to finding the best podcast, or one of the best podcasts on YouTube that no one knows about. We have about 800,000 people watching right now, so obviously it's got to be good. In terms of like, I guess we have Street Sharks, right? So that's Street Sharks is kind of like a thing where I feel like Street Sharks, right before they came out, like right before the video game boom, and like kind of like towards the end of like the toy boom for that style of toy, because like Street Sharks, for those of you who don't know, Street Sharks, like they've always been kind of like flimsy, and they were literally meant to just beat the crap out of each other.
Exactly.
And so I think they got a bad rap. With that being said, you and I, out of the group of four of us, between you, myself, Dr. Brentley, and Chris, you and I think, have the biggest spending problem on Hasbro.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%, man.
Yeah. So the question is, and you have something exciting to unbox, but we're going to do that in a little bit. What is and I want to take this where you and I kind of both combine on this, but what is the dream HasLab product? Now, when we talk about the HasLab product, and if you guys know what we're talking about, you can check out, like, if you go to Hasbro Pulse, the HasLab, they always do these like crowdfunding things. And happy to hear it in the comments, so make sure you're throwing that in the chat as well. But what is your dream HasLab project? Like, if they could do it, and the rules are that it can only be a Hasbro product. Now, remember,
it's a HasLab, right?
Yeah, well, remember, but Hasbro also has a lot of IPs that people forget about, right? They have Kenner, Milton Bradley, Parker Brothers. So, I mean, like Magic the Gathering, like Wizards of the Coast, right? So that's Dungeons and Dragons. Everything falls under that. So, if you think about it, like what would you say is your dream HasLab product?
Well, now here's the funny thing. It can be a dream, but they'll never make it. You and I both know they'll never make it.
Well,
And I'll be honest with you, they should never make it because it was ridiculously stupid in the 80s. It would be amazingly large now. But of course, it's the US flag and everything. Let me see if we can pull that up, right? Let's see. Let's go. There you go.
where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Hold on. Let me just pull this up. There's always a technical difficulty, is there not? It
So we got
wouldn't be us doing this if we didn't have a technical difficulty. Let's go.
yeah, we're on there. We're on the screen. Where you got it at? There it is. Image 4148.
Yeah. Let's see. 4148. There you go. Let me try to pull this up. Okay. All right. Well, we'll just do this. Pop it up. Right here. The flag.
We can't see it. We can't see
You
it.
can't see it? You still can't see it. Whoa.
No.
All right, hold on.
There's technical difficulty. But let's see. Let's get over to the comments while we're figuring this out.
Yeah.
Memory Market says you got a brick. Oh yeah. My brick showed up. I cut that open like sweet Colombian love, and I was it was fantastic. Unboxing time. Yep, unboxing time is gonna happen probably at the 30 mark. We want to do there. Mike D says, "Oh boy, sick." I'm assuming that you're talking about the gum.
Yeah, they pretty much know you, brother. Let's see. All right, this is what happens when we pull these assets up before.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Vincent agrees with you in terms of the flag would be insane.
Yeah. Can you see it now, man?
You got to add it to the stage.
Okay. Let's see. I thought it was added to the stage. All right.
Gum equals puke. Well, just so everyone knows, it's right here. Look at that. I got enough for a few episodes. And then I also got sent. I got sent this one. This feels like this has a really nice, solid piece of history gum in there. I want everyone to know watching this too that like I'm going to be chewing on gum that's like, hey Mike, what year is this gum? Like this is like 83.
Oh,
right?
it's right up there, brother.
It's almost as old as me.
I've seen it in the brick when I was watching from the junkyard hotel. I was like, "There's no way, man! That thing looks rock hard." Once I saw it,
yeah, he did. He did leave me a chaser with a sour head, and then he also gave me one other pack, which I'm excited about. And then, hey, Mike, or anyone watching, I did score some insane GPKs today. They're in a binder. I don't know what's in it. The price was fantastic. But I'm gonna go through it with you, and then obviously the ones that would benefit the Junk Cartel will be sent over to you. I just want to look through. There's a few in there that I saw that I really want, but outside of that, like I'm gonna send them over to the Junk Cartel once I get them. Do we have it ready?
I think we have it ready, brother.
So I added it to the stage again. We got the. Are we just trying to find an image of the flag? Because if we are, I could just pull that up real quick.
Yeah, like I said, you know what? Again, our technical difficulties keep popping up, and it should be popping up on the screen.
No, it's not.
Nope, it's not.
I got it. Hold on.
Yeah, pull it up.
All right, let's see. So if we go here, we're doing fantastic on this podcast.
I know, and here's the funny thing: we pulled it up in the beginning, and you know what ended up happening? I should have just put it through my email.
Yeah. All right, here we go. On the screen, we got a bunch of
USS
flags. Here's a picture of that. Look at the size of that thing right now. Do you see that?
Yeah. Well, also too, I think they did add some stuff to it, but yeah, that was 7 feet long in the 80s, and you've got to think about it now that it's way more than that. It would be for, let's say, these are 3 3/4 figures. Now the
Yeah.
classified figures are like, 6 inches. So you got to think 14 to maybe around 16 feet. Like, who the hell? There's no way. It's a dream project. It's just one that there's no fiscal way, even in the HasLab,
Yeah.
because you've got to think if it was $100 in the 80s and this is 14 to 16 feet, you and I both know it's about what, $1,500, $1,600.
Yeah, I mean, he's easily 16. I mean, it's like 7.5 feet, I think is what it runs. Or
Yeah,
it might just be 7 feet, but yeah, like it's insanely huge.
exactly.
Insanely huge. I mean, finding him now is like,
Yeah, and it gets even crazier than that. Let's see if I can. All right, I think the last time our major asset problem was I went through, so I might be able to just pull it up through the email.
this is insane. While you pull that up, I'm gonna share this. This is insane. I gotta share this. Look at this. Look at this guy's his tank.
Yeah, wow.
He's got an entire like that's how you display a his tank.
Yeah, and you got to give him credit on it. Is that he's taking it to the next level? Wow, wow.
That's insane. All right, let's see. You got something going on here. There you go.
Okay,
You
now
got
we
that.
got it. All right.
Yeah.
See, yeah. Well, it's as quick as soon as we learn the technology doesn't fail us.
Yeah, that's true.
But right here, like I said, you look at the flag and everything. That's the size. I'm also thinking that since we're going with certain other properties, let's see. There's the Terradrome. Terradrome might be in the realm of it getting done. It wasn't as large as the flag,
Yeah.
but I think they could do a HasLab because they obviously Super 7, which is not Hasbro, they did the
Cat layer.
Cat's layer. So the Cat's layer was extremely large. So, maybe they couldn't fully do it as a round object. Maybe they just half of it. I think they could probably do the Terradrome. Let's go. I was thinking about, like, here's the Avengers twin jet.
That'd be rad.
You gotta think
Here's a quick note from Mr. Vintage. He said, "That's my Grail find, a USS flag. The one I had when I was a kid was stolen out of my garage."
Oh, you gotta be kidding
Mr.
me.
Vintage,
Wow.
just so you know, I don't know what your financial situation is. I can get you one for $2,000.
Yeah,
Well, that's what the guy's asking for is 2,000.
and that's a dream too. But yeah, if they did for Marvel Legends, the Quinjet, good size, that might be kind of cool. Let's see what else.
The Quinjet would be pretty sick.
Yeah, it would be. And also too, it's extremely doable too, because if they're doing, like, right now, they've got, like, the Dragonfly that they did. I think this very easily they could do it. Now this is something that's probably a little bit more attainable, the tactical battle platform. While it would be large, it wouldn't be the size of the flag, but that's extremely doable.
No, that would be cool if you had like because you could have like a little water floating.
Exactly,
thing,
exactly. And like I said, with some of this toy photography that they're doing, wow. Let's go back a little. Let's get to one of your favorites, Boulder Hill. Boulder Hill might be kind of large though, man.
Boulder Hill in and of itself, in its current state, is large.
Exactly.
Because Rhino is massive, and like Gator that's coming out of there, like Gator, that's pretty big already. So the fact that Boulder, I mean, I can't imagine. Whatever, I'm in it though.
I think that would be Boulder Hill is probably the same thing as the flag. It might be just too big to attain, but let's go back. But this is extremely doable, Rhino.
Yeah.
And
which, by the way, we never showed my Rhino.
We never did. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that tonight too, man.
Yeah.
Rhino.
As soon as if they were announcing Rhino, they would just have my money right away.
Absolutely.
And I'm not gonna lie, I would buy 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're taking it too far, brother.
No, well, I would buy 2. One to keep in the box and one to sell.
Well, here's the aspect with that is that I'll be honest with you. I initially thought the same thing because I have a really bad problem even with my classifieds. I
Yeah.
do not like to take them out of the box. Because, at this day and age and everything, you never know at some turn of the moment. Maybe you just say, hey, I'm just going to get rid of this collection and move on. But when the His Tank came in, and I was like, no, the money I spent on this, it's not staying in the box. I
Oh yeah, I
pulled it
mean,
out, you know.
I wouldn't like I'm past the point of like there are only certain things that I want to keep, whether it's action figures carded or in the box when it comes to bigger things.
Mhm,
There's really not a whole lot because the reality of toy collecting is look, we're excited about things from the 80s and 90s. We're
mhm.
not even that far in yet to be able to be
No,
collecting
no.
anything new. So
Mhm.
like if you were to buy something that's like massive and big right now, like people wouldn't be wanting it until like what 2060.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's pointless.
If they're even still playing with that or something digitally in their mind, like McFarlane keeps coming up
Yeah,
with.
every stupid
Uh,
idiot will just pay the
uh,
same amount for a dumbass
exactly.
NFT. And they'll all sit around rubbing their phones together, pretending like it's action figures. It's completely stupid.
Now,
It
since X-Men 97 launched today, now they've done a version of it, but it's never been to scale, and it's never been able to 6-inch. The Blackbird might be kind of cool, man.
Blackbird would be pretty sick, and I think you would get a lot more people to buy that. But
I think so.
I think that the mask community is a lot bigger than what people think it is.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's starting
So
to become now. If it
yeah,
wasn't, it's starting to become now. And then I think let's see what else we got. Now, see, as a playset,
that would be awesome.
Transformers, the Ark crashing in the mountain. Now we've seen the Ark actually done, and it transforms and everything, and that was a cool large item that wasn't a HasLab product. But they've done
Yeah,
they've done Unicron, so they've obviously
they did do
done
Unicron,
they've done large transformers. But can you imagine the Ark in a mountain playset so you can roll the transformers out of it?
dude.
It's almost asking for it, bro.
Yeah.
You know. So and I think other than that, I'm trying to think what else. I don't have any other assets for this scenario, but you've got to just think about like, is there anything else that we definitely would want? And I'm just thinking that either I think mask is probably one of those things. I know that they were talking about Ace from Ramen Toys did a tease image of the Visionaries. I don't think the Visionaries is something that's be extremely popular enough for them to even push forward for HasLab. I think it's either, GI Joe, it's something from the Transformers, it's Star Wars. I think getting Jabba's barge several years ago was a feat onto itself. I don't know, because I know they couldn't do like a Star Destroyer or something stupid, because there's obviously it'd be no room for that. So
Yeah,
I don't know what they could do in Star Wars that they haven't done. I know people were thinking that they were going to do the Ewok Village a couple of years ago as a HasLab. I don't
no.
think that's like, I know there are some passionate Star Wars fans. I don't know if that's something I would actually devote to a HasLab.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know. I think
Maybe the Jedi Temple, you know.
yeah, well, see we talked about this a couple times, but there is the talk about a GI Joe Transformer crossover
Yeah,
on
sure.
HasLab. That would
Mhm,
be pretty good.
mhm.
But I don't know like what other IP like what other IPs do they have that people are hunting for and they're just not doing, you know?
I think other than Mass, they've been utilizing most of them. Again, now, of course, like, again, they had Visionaries. They have a couple other shows. They didn't actually. Well, they did the Dungeons and Dragons, but they did such a terrible job at that.
No one cared about that.
Yeah, that was kind of in and out. And it was the movie and the animated versions, and I
Yeah.
wasn't really particularly interested in either one of those properties. And again, there's no massive play sets or anything that I think you can do from those. So, like, I think that they're pushing forward. I think we're going to see a lot more GI Joe. I think we're going to see possibly something else from the Transformers. I don't know what that's going to
What
be, because the Unicron thing I didn't think they were going to do, and that thing is massive.
dude, I saw that at San Diego Comic-Con and I was like, there's no way that
Wow,
someone owns that thing. And if you see people that are like, hey, I have
I've
one of
seen
these for
it.
sales, the box is like 4.5 feet tall. Like, dude, where are you putting that shit?
I have seen somebody
I'll put it right
online
here.
display it, and it's got a cool stand. It's like it hovers above it, and you're like, wow, that thing is just massive, especially with the outer rings of it. That thing's just massive, man.
I mean, if you're a Transformer person though, like that's pretty
True.
epic. Like they did one that I like, but I'm very specific. One of my favorite all-time characters from Marvel is Galactus. But like I mean, I'm a huge fan of Scotty Young, so I have like my thing. HasLab's Galactus was epic. Okay,
It was.
It's to scale. The 6-inch figures do not look like they're 6 inches.
No.
But it was $250 or something, and I don't really collect a lot of Marvel Legends, so it's kind of like I don't think I'd want it.
And then they turned around last year and they did Giant Man. I'm like, from Galactus to Giant Man, that was such a complete disappointment. You know, you just made another big figure, and that's all.
Yeah, you just took Galactus's mold, took all the clothes off. That's all they did.
Pretty much.
Yeah, man. I think that's I don't know. I think we hit a lot of the.
I think those, yeah.
Man,
Again, there's not
honestly,
a lot they can do.
If you think about the flag, right? The flag was made for what size figures? 3 1/4.
3 3/4.
3 3/4, right? So basically, yeah, if they redid the flag, it would have to be 14.5 to 15 feet long. Because imagine, like his tank would have to go on there, and it'd have to look small on an aircraft carrier.
Exactly. Oh yeah. Or the Dragonfly or whatever they have, or God forbid they would. But see, I think if they did something that size, number one, it's astronomical in price. But number two is then you wouldn't. You could not just stop with the Dragonfly. You would actually have to do like Sky Striker or something else. And at this point, like, my God, like, it's like who has the room for this stuff? See, at a certain point, you've got to get to the point where you're saying there's just no room for this and everything, or it's only the elite, because it had to be somebody with like a recreation room that they devote like a half of a wall to in order to have that done, man. So I don't know. It's like those guys that have those giant Lionel train sets in their basement. Or something.
Yeah,
like it takes up the entire basement, dude. That's what the flag would be, man.
Or like like I don't know, man. It's crazy. I want to thank everyone for coming by, stopping. We're talking right now about our Dream HasLab project. We've gone through Mask, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Visionaries, X-Men, Marvel, Star Wars, etc. You name it, we've probably talked about it. So if you haven't had a chance to, let us know in the chat, our lively chat of people, what it is that you would want to see Hasbro make. And we would like to remind all you lovely, gorgeous people out there that subscriptions are free. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. We are doing a giveaway at 150 subscribers. No takesies, backsies, and no complaints, because it's free and we're paying shipping. You're not, so shut up and accept the free gift. But you have to be subscribed, and you have to make comments, and we'll announce it at 150. We will announce it. We'll actually probably announce the rules at 149. When we hit 150, we'll figure it out. But I think that while you are unboxing the Vamp, I will keep us distracted with some gum. But before we do the unboxing, let's talk about it. I'm going to go through and catch us up on the chats. There's a lot happening here, so I'll bring up the chat.
Say hi to everybody.
Mike D said I shouldn't tell him that's probably about the USS Flag. And he said he'll be selling GBK off the tarmac pad. That would be honestly pretty epic.
That would be cool.
So 2,000, not too bad depending on box and condition. Well, here's the thing, Mr. Vintage. That $2,000 is no box and it's only 98% complete. I do know somewhere where I can grab one with the box complete, but that's a $6,000 purchase, and I don't think we want to do that.
I think you can live without the box, man.
Just reprint it. Just reprint it. You may find it in someone that doesn't really know what it was. Is like, my kids' GI Joes all suck. You can have it.
Exactly.
And then let's see what else. Mr. Vincent says you could put it on top of the house, which you'd have to if it was 14 and a half feet.
You would.
All right, we'll keep going. Let's get into your explanation and kind of talk us through the G.I. Joe vamp while you unbox it, and I'll figure out what gum I'm gonna chew.
Well, the fun aspect of it is I remember like when I did the His Tank and I got that as a HasLab and that was all cool and everything. I had as a child, I never owned the His Tank. So the one that you sent me, the repo that you did a couple of years ago, that actually was like the first time I actually had the His Tank. But this vehicle right here, the Vamp, I had the Vamp as a kid. Okay. And I had a clutch that came with it. So when I saw this pop on, the magical stream in October, I think last year, maybe November, I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting that. And I got to tell you, man, that box, it was this is the thing. When Hasbro does send stuff out, I will give them credit. When you see something that you wanted, it is Christmas Day. So it's Christmas in March, because when it came through, the delivery guy was bringing it up and everything, and he was like, "Man, I was bringing you the biggest boxes, brother." He was always like, "Yeah, it's always the best thing." Oh yes, sir, Mike. I told you it was coming, Mike. There's a damn clutch in, and I told you it was coming. Like I said, believe me, they already have my money. So we're gonna do something again. His Tank, I took it out of the box. We're gonna cut this thing out, and there's certain things that I'm not gonna do. I'm not, because I know we don't like to have the show go into like the hour and 30-minute mark or something. So I'm just gonna cut it out of the box.
You gotta show us the first cut. You gotta show us the first cut.
Okay, let's see.
Well, actually, there it is.
I want to do the first cut, and then I have to go to the hospital with that cut.
Yeah, don't do that.
Let me put this up.
While you're doing that, this is the one I chose to eat. But do you see this number on this gum?
Oh Lord, is it? Yeah,
7156. Here's a little news flash for all you GPK heads. All the gum has the same number on it.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. Just so we know that I'm actually doing it.
So now here's one of the things, Chet, is they have this thing where they started doing this in the last year or so when they went to. I'm glad they actually have the window on it so you can see clutch. But when they were doing the plastic-free packaging, they had these little things. I think they like to call these things ammo boxes. And I know Valiverse does something extremely similar to their stuff, but this one houses all the accessories, weapons, the lighting and everything else like that. And they put a number on this, and this is number 112. So this is the 112th thing they've done in a line. All of them have their different numbers on. But also, too, we know everybody on the internet this week has been doing Vamp unboxings. So here it is. It's let me pull this up. We got clutch. Actually, I give them credit on this. He was extremely easy to get out of that. Now we know with McFarlane, wasn't easy to get it out, but look at the detail on this character, man. Wow,
that's pretty good.
Like you can see, like I said, look at his highs and lows. Even down here, look at his boots.
Yeah,
like wow,
good.
There's laces on it, man. Like they have really done a really nice job on like actually details. Let's pull this out.
Hold on, I got people complaining about gum here. Let's see.
Okay.
It says he has old gum. Mr. Vintage says that's just normal. Well, you know what? I'm gonna chew it anyways.
I thought it would be harder, but
I mean, it kind of sucks.
Oh, I'm sure there's no flavor in that, man.
Mike, you said I have what? You want me to do this gum?
Oh my goodness. Well, how bad is that actually from the unboxing point of joy to the it looks like astonishing pain? Let's see, take another.
This is gross as shit.
Yeah,
well, I gotta do this every episode.
You were the one that made that pack, brother. Although we did warn you not to do it, you made the pack.
Mike D said he wants to see the clutch.
Okay, let's see. Mike, here's clutch right here.
Hold on, let me do a
There you go. You can see that detail on them.
I'm gonna vomit.
Oh Lord, that is to that point. You should save that for Friday nights when Dr. Brentley's with us.
I have to do one. I have to do it every podcast.
Yeah. Well, again, you made the deal. Let me see if I pull this out. So now the packaging came out pretty good. They've done a really nice job of packaging it in. Now you have to place the wheels on it and everything else. But again, we don't want to take up the entire night with it. But the detail on this, there's even if you look at the mirrors, right? It's reflective, man.
That's
I can
cool.
see your reflection in it. Now that I have not seen since the Rhino, the mask line, where they had the chrome was so well that you can actually see it, but the detail on it has a winch and all kind of things. Like, wow, this is like really cool. But it is technically the term is unboxed. We'll throw the wheels on way later on, and next week you'll see it probably sitting right up there next to the or actually over here next to the his tank up on top until something else comes to take his place that Mr. Maddox sent in the mail.
So that's an awesome vehicle.
It's cool.
Yeah, that's really good. I'm excited to see it like outside of the plastic. All right, hold on. They want me. So do I open this pack and chew this gum? Is this what we're trying to do right now? I guess I could.
Oh, you did say you were going to do it, brother. This is the problem when I told you. Are you sure, man? Are you sure? Because I don't know if Topps is still putting the new gum in that stuff. That seems like those are mighty old packs, bro.
This wax pack is so old that it doesn't open up. Dr. Brentley's on and said no. Look at so we got this open. Oh God, I can feel the gum.
Oh my, no, I don't think you should do it, bro.
That shit is. Oh, it just broke in my keyboard.
Yeah, like I said again, I got a feeling somebody's dental bill is going to go up one.
That shit's all over my keyboard. Well,
yeah. Well,
I said I was going to do it, so
you did. All right. Oh my goodness. Well, we've done the GPK gum of the century. So, Mike, we did it. We told you we were going to do it.
Ugh, it's just fucking gross. Ugh, dude, that shit's all over my.
Like he did warn you. I will say that he did warn you. 100%. All right. Well, since there's
got to be a better version of gum from the 80s.
Well, no. This is just 80s. The gum wasn't supposed to.
Oh, these ones like
all the way till time.
These ones got wet, right? In Canada, they're like.
Oh,
these are all screwed up. Like.
Oh man,
that's messed up. That's a cool card though.
Imagine the gum.
This is a cool one.
Oh yeah. Just I got to tell you, it was all while we're displaying all right, but the professional technically is Mike. He knows how to display these way better than us.
Yeah. I feel like I'm doing okay.
Yeah, not doing too bad, but he just has a different flair with it, my friend.
That's cool. And the last one, Sharpnel.
Oh my goodness! Wow,
that's pretty clean.
It is clean.
Anyways, don't eat the gum out of those orange packs.
In fact, we're going to put that before every show and everything. Don't eat the GPK gum ever.
Ugh, dude, that's I don't know if we want those. If anyone wants those cards, let me know. Yeah, man. So I think that I really do like that vamp. I think the vamp, like I like what they're doing with the vehicles.
I do.
But I like I told you, like I've never been like a massive G.I. Joe collector. But I appreciate all of the toys that came out. Like I told you, I was a big fan of Tiger Force, even though it's kind of like the off-brand. Yeah.
Well, they're going to probably end up, to be honest with you, this because again, from the Vamp, there's a Corporate Stinger because they've utilized the parts. They were extremely smart in the line. So
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be rechanged as Corporate Stinger probably before the end of the year. And then they also had a Tiger Force version of the Vamp, and that will be up. So they've got like and I think also the Dreadnoks might have actually had it. So they've got like 3 different other varieties that they could do down the line. So they'll keep same thing they did with the Ram cycle. They did the Tiger Force cycle. Now they've done Night Force. So they'll just keep recycling it down. So if you don't like this color scheme, you'll see one with the Tiger Force stripes all over it.
I remember my first Tiger Force toy was the yellow boat that had like
okay.
that had the driver's seat and then the gunner thing.
I think it was like the water moccasin, but they repurposed it for G.I. Joe.
Something
Tiger
like that.
Force. Yeah.
But that was my first one.
Okay. Well, I know we've been running this segment since we've got
I will not. I choose not to answer that right now.
Well,
all I can say is I have 4 keyboards in front of me now.
Since we've been our friends over at the Whatnot, you've seen most of the members of the crew go through the Whatnots over here in ToyBox Chronicles or the Shadow Crew podcast Friday night, 7 p.m., 10 p.m. Eastern time. We've been kind of like really kind of just going in everybody's room on Whatnot. So I know that Mr. Maddox created the Whatnot, Why Not? And usually it's, whenever the compulsion and we're on and that site is extremely addictive. There should be like some form of warning before you enter the app. Like you will spend money that you probably do not have.
Yeah.
So I know you've been buying a lot of stuff, but I knew that
what'd you buy?
I've been working on a huge G.I. Joe display, and I'm waiting for some other stuff to come in, but you'll start seeing that a little bit more. But I was on Whatnot, Why Not? And this is not a toy, but it does go for a segment across all of the different shows. Whatnot, Why Not?
Okay.
And it is the G.I. Joe comic book, The Order of Battle. So every vehicle that they ever came up with, most of the members of the team, code name, the files, all the rest of stuff, it's all in these. It's a 4-issue limited series. And the one thing that Whatnot is great about is that you're going to find something that you're looking for there. And chances are you're not going to pay the same kind of crazy prices over at eBay because this was extremely reasonable. And when I saw it up and I was like, wow. I said, actually, I haven't seen this since, thank you, Mike. I haven't seen this since, like, I think I was like, like a kid. I was like, I haven't seen the Order of Battles. So when I saw that clean came through Whatnot and everything, it was easy, transferred. Yeah, all your state tax and all the shipping and everything's in it. It was just really reasonable. The seller that I got it from was sending it out right away. I didn't wait any little time. So it's a lot better process that I'm noticing, and we're going to hype up Whatnot. We're going to hype up the Junk Cartel. If anybody's got any Whatnot stores in the bottom, throw it up in the chat, because we'll pop into your live streams and give you just about the main support that we have.
Give me a vintage. I don't know were you gonna?
Yeah, throw your chat up.
Put it up. I don't know your store.
Yeah, throw it up in the chat, and we'll go over and we'll see someone else do the gum challenge tonight and everything. Never again should that be done though.
Mike sent over like a sour ball.
Oh, okay.
Like spacer.
Yeah,
that's really helping right now.
Thank God.
Like I don't know what.
Well, if there's anybody that knows what that gum probably tastes like, he probably does.
Yeah.
So you know what it's. All right, there you go. Saturdays 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Vinny. We'll be popping up in there, man.
If no one in here follows him, I'm sure everyone does. But if you don't, go follow him.
Please follow him. Yes. And anybody else to have your chat stolen up or have your call sign storm up, we'll evade your live stream just like everybody else. So, again, I can't say how many good things about the Whatnot app. It's entertaining. I think it's not just, again, somebody just taking your money and everything. There's an entertainment factor with it, much more entertaining than you actually going on eBay, you spending your money, and it's just, it's eBay's so transactional, and you really do build a community on Whatnot. So we're gonna constantly keep singing the praises of Whatnot. We're gonna keep singing the praises of the Junk Cartel, because he's just a great person every time we have him on. And I know that we're working on him popping up and doing some segments.
Yeah.
So we're definitely going to be spotlighting that a little bit more.
Yeah. I don't know what I mean, I have a lot of stuff I got from Whatnot, but if this is a Whatnot, Why Not section, I guess I need to pop something up, huh?
Yeah, well, just it takes some. Well, actually, the Street Sharks came from Whatnot, right?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah.
There you go. There you go. So the originals.
I got this one from Whatnot. Really clean.
Yeah, it is. Wow.
Super.
Who would know that's a 30-year-old toy, man?
I know. That one's really clean.
Now the question is that even though you have the originals, are you going to buy the updated?
I already did.
Oh, okay. Well, then that question's been answered. Yeah.
He's pretty clean.
Yeah, he is. Wow.
the arms are super loose, and then he's got this little trigger back here, which
okay.
He has like I'm missing this. So I need to find that.
Don't worry, it is somewhere.
Yeah, it's somewhere. But I think probably one of my favorite ones, which you can never find, with the drill.
Yeah, I've heard that one. I've even saw a couple of times some 3D printing online for that as well. But it still works. The mechanism still works. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's still there.
Wow,
it's pretty clean.
Yeah. And so again, those don't look like 30-year-old toys, man.
No, they're clean. They got cleaned up. They're fantastic. I also have another one back here.
Oh, I see him on the shelf. Yep. Wow. Yeah.
He's from Whatnot.
Yeah. Compared to the, I think the Street Sharks were the only other line that was equal to the appeal of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I know there's a lot of different variations, and everybody has their own different kind of like mutant animal, but the Street Sharks were the ones that actually seemed comparable to the Turtles.
Well, you remember that the Street Sharks, the whole concept was they like put those like dudes in a thing, and then like they turned them into sharks.
Now the animated show left, it wasn't as good as the Turtles. I will say that, but I think they did also have 65 episodes or so. So they got
they had
a long syndicated run as well, but they just never, the animated show didn't work out too well. But I think again, for them to bring the action figures back out again, knows that line endured, and there's a fan base for it, because they're not going to do something just to put out for their own fan service. They're actually going to do something where they can make money. That's what Mattel is. They're a corporation. They're going to make cash. So they know that they probably had a lot of inquiries, and people are asking, hey, what about the Street Sharks? And like they've done for the first time, they've actually listened to some of the fans, and they've done it. I wish they would listen on the Jurassic Park line, but small steps for them, man.
Yeah. No, I think it's good. I think they're listening. Playmate seems to be listening too with the Ninja Turtle stuff they're releasing.
Exactly. You saw the new Turtles that popped up in the store where they did the Eastman and Laird version from Playmates.
Yeah.
And the price was extremely reasonable at Walmart.
Yeah,
I was like, crazy. Wow. So Playmates, that's one of the few times I've seen that, with NECA, pricing's not bad, but they put a lot more detail in it. But you're not getting those for the same pricing that the Playmates came out with. And I just gave them credit. They look exactly like the versions that Eastman and Laird did. The graphics on the box were fantastic. Wow, that was really good pickup, man. I'm really surprised at how many good pieces of product are dropping now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's insane.
It is, brother. It is. So, like I said again, we've seen the Motu. Yes, I have. Yeah, Vince. That
Motu line. Funny fact: when they had the collector con at Walmart, there's only one of those that I wanted, which was the Krang. And the Krang, no matter who I talked to, the Krang sold out in 30 seconds. which translates to then if you go back and look, it's up on Walmart again for like $80.
Mm-hmm. Or you can just walk into the store, it's probably sitting on the shelf.
Yeah, correct.
Because that's the one thing, they're collector con. The stuff's already on the shelf while you're online trying to order it. Makes no sense, but you can walk right in. Because
I didn't get it, and then your friend sends you a picture that he got.
He's like, I'm right here,
right
here right now in the store getting it.
Did you want one?
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, can I show you? I feel. Well, I don't know if this should be revealed on Retro Rewind or I should do it here.
If you're feeling like it's a Retro Rewind, save it for the Retro Rewind, brother. Because then we have to tease people to get over to watch the other shows on the channel, man.
So, okay. Well, so the Retro Rewind one, it's pre-recorded, but
then save it.
Yeah, I will. I'll save it. Just tune to the next Retro Rewind. Because I'm going to display one of my favorite purchases I've ever done on Whatnot.
Right. And here's the thing. The good thing about the ToyBox Chronicles is that there's always next week for us to actually just build that tease up for another Whatnot Why Not section and everything. And who knows? Maybe we'll have Mike pop on for a couple of seconds with Whatnot Why Not. Maybe let's do that.
Yeah, we'll have him on.
Yeah,
I'm gonna. So wait for the next Retro Rewind to come out. I'm going to display what I got. It's one of my holy grails. I know that I think a few casts ago I showed everyone that I got Scratch from TMNT, which is insane. And this is one. This is one that's that I'm excited I got, and I got it complete, which is nuts.
Okay, yeah.
So stay tuned.
Yeah, check out more Whatnot buys will be coming.
Fucking come back and watch the podcast.
We should actually start getting our editors to put in like a tally number. Like every time we put a Whatnot, it should just the amount of money we're spending, or run it tally through the year like a marathon.
As long as we're doing it as like a group and not by like the individuals, because I don't think that would be fair.
No, that would not be, because we would be blowing a lot of people out of the water.
Well, I mean, we're coming up on time. Anything else you got going on?
Yeah, well, one, you just mentioned the Retro Rewind Club. You guys did a short of that, a smaller condensed version of it that popped up on Monday, man. And that was pretty entertaining.
Yeah, we did. Funny story. That was actually supposed to come out a week prior, but I lost the footage and the edits on the computer. My computer crashed. I had to get a new one. So I had to go back and re-edit it. But yeah, that was a really quick one.
Okay. Well, I know Shadow's been doing his toy hunts, and he decided he's going to do a new segment that he's preparing. It's going to be the Shadow Toy Review. And he said he wanted to class up toy reviews a little bit more. He's seen the stuff that is going on through YouTube and all over the place. He's like, how can I do it? So his segment will be him, a drink, a smoke, and an unboxing. So he's gonna take it to a whole nother like cigar lounge kind of feel kind of scenario. So I'm like, okay, brother, I'm looking forward to that and everything. It's classing up the toy reviews.
That's gonna be awesome. I'm excited about that. We do have a secret sponsor of the show. We're still working on that, but an actual sponsor of the show. So much appreciated to you know who you are. I was told that you want to go by Mustang Sally, so
okay.
Appreciate the donations, and also they've contributed a couple times to the show, so much appreciated.
Well, thank you.
And tune in next week for ToyBox Chronicles, where we'll have a special guest. Yeah. We do have a lot of. We actually have a good amount of guests lined up for the show. Mm-hmm. We're trying to slot in what makes sense and topics and things like that. But for all of your toy news and everything that you look forward to and information, whatever, check out Shadow Nose Network. I also have my own Chet channel on YouTube that I do like news and things like that. On there, you're more than happy to jump over there and check that out. But we are pumping out content on Shadow Nose Network like no one's business. So if you're into toys, we got a few for you. If you're into retrospectives where we dig in deep into like a series. We've done Indiana Jones, we've done some monsters, we've done a lot of things on there with Mr. Brentley and Mr. Storm doing the retrospective. Those are fantastic. And if you need something that's just that you can have in the background that's gonna take a while to get through, the retrospective is great because it keeps your attention, but you can also kind of just listen as things go on. It's very well edited. And then, like we said, Retro Rewind Club, that is a pre-recorded podcast. We do have some plans to go live on a few of them. We're just working that out. That's with myself and Mr. Chris. But yeah, I think for me, I'm good. Next week, I guess maybe we'll have an unboxing next week. Maybe we'll get back to unboxing the animated, the Batman animated. I want to get those two open so that we can build the figure. And some real exciting news that we are probably going to announce in, I would say, probably either 2 weeks from now or the beginning of April. ToyBox Chronicles is working on something, a product, and we're pretty damn sure you're going to like it, especially if you collect toys.
Because, we're always working. We're always working.
Nonstop. In fact, we're working so much that Mr. Storm mentioned an idea for one, and I sent it to him when he woke up in the morning. So he was like, "Do you sleep during this?" And I said, "Yes, not really." So
work a day and night for you guys, day and night.
Yeah. But hey, thank you everybody for coming by and stopping by. It's fantastic to see you all here. We love having you guys here. We love having you join us. And while we may not get to all your comments, we are watching them and we do appreciate them. We appreciate you coming. I guess I'm gonna have to keep going with this gum. It's gross, but I may bow out though, because
maybe we'll just get some stunt gum, just make it look like it's actually GPK gum,
Yeah. But we appreciate everybody. Tune in on Friday. We'll have the show posted here within the next, by tonight or tomorrow. But tune in on Friday, same time, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. We appreciate you guys. We love you, but time's up. So get the hell out and make sure you subscribe.